Give me a thumbs up when you're ready.
Let's go, Keenan. Let's go. Hey, folks, Roland Martin here. We are live where a New York City federal jury has reached a verdict in Sean Diddy Combs' sex trafficking trial. So the jury is in there. Actually, the verdict is being read right now. This morning, Sean Diddy Combs asked the U.S. Marshals could he pray with his family. They allowed that to happen. He's been found, Sean Combs found not guilty of racketeering. That's coming in. So again, that was the particular one that the jurors were stuck on. So again, count one, not guilty on leading a criminal enterprise. Now they have the other counts. You got a total of 5 counts. Remember, they 5 or 6. They reached a partial verdict on some of these counts. They reached a partial verdict on some of these counts. Uh, so again, so that was the sex trafficking one, the RICO charge, leading a RICO enterprise. So found not guilty when it comes to sex trafficking of Cassie Ventura. Remember, all of this really started with the lawsuit that she filed against him in the New York, and then was published in the New York Times. He settled 24 hours later. That opened the door for this federal investigation. There were raids on his homes in Los Angeles, in Miami as well. And so what ended up happening led to a federal probe by the FBI, by the Department of Homeland Security, and others that led to Sean Diddy Combs being, 1 second. So he is found guilty on count 5. Found guilty on count 3. I think so. Let me pull up what actually happened here. So he's been found guilty on 2 counts of transportation for the purpose of prostituting. We're waiting on 1 more count. So Sean Diddy Combs found guilty on 2 counts, found not guilty on sex trafficking and the RICO charge. We're waiting on the jury to announce 1 more particular verdict. This, of course, was a very quick trial that came forward. First of all, again, charges last year. Trial started in May, lasted about 6 to 7 weeks. And so this was an extremely, like I say, quick one. Typically, they last longer. He wanted a quick trial. Sean Diddy Combs was offered a plea bargain before this trial started. He turned down that particular plea bargain, choosing to take a chance with the jury. We had legal analyst Candy Kelly on our show who said that she thought that that the prosecutors likely were asking for a double-digit time in prison. And so now he's been found guilty on 2. The question is, how many years could he potentially be sentenced to as a result of that? And so we're waiting on 1 particular one. So again, the major one, which was racketeering, leading the RICO charge, leading a conspiracy. So count 1, racketeer conspiracy, Sean Diddy Combs not guilty. Sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, which is count 2, not guilty. Transportation to engage in prostitution, which is count 3, he was found guilty of that. Count 4, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, found not guilty. Count 5, transportation to engage in prostitution, he was found guilty. And so of 5 charges against Sean Diddy Combs, he has been found not guilty on 3 of those particular charges. Remember, they also had earlier in the trial had dropped some of those charges. The prosecutors accused him of being involved in these drug-fueled sexual orgies, these freak-offs. There was a lot of testimony in this trial with regards to domestic violence, all of these different types of charges. He did not testify. The defense actually offered no rebuttal testimony, so they rested when it was their time to put on their particular case. And then that's when, of course, it went to the jury. And so, again, of the 5 charges, again, count 1, Sean Diddy Combs, found not guilty of racketeering conspiracy. Charge count 2, not guilty of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. Count 3, Sean Combs has been found guilty of transportation to engage in prostitution. And then count 4, Sean Combs found not guilty of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. Count 5, he has been found guilty transportation to engage in prostitution. Our legal analyst, Candace Kelly, she is, of course, is sitting in the courtroom. We're waiting for her to emerge from the courtroom to get her on to explain what happened in the courtroom and what further details transpired. And so this, of course, has been a trial many folks have watched. Many folks in the entertainment industry have been watching. Many folks have talked about the whole Me Too movement, and how all of the negative things regarding Sean Diddy Combs people have talked about and whispered for years actually became public in this trial. You name it, it was talked about it. It was about sex. It was about power. It was about utilizing his power to do so. We had the testimony of him blowing up the car of someone who was involved with Cassie. We had her testimony, with the testimony of former assistants of Sean Diddy Combs. It was so much going on in this particular trial, culminating in today's verdict in a New York courtroom regarding Sean Diddy Combs. Here is someone who was one of the most powerful individuals in the music industry, someone who was very much a huge player in the culture when it came to music, when it came to fashion, of course, when it came to marketing, all of those different things that you saw. But again, you have now a split verdict in this particular trial. Like I said, we so much of this, of course, became public when that videotape was released of Cassie coming down a hallway in a Los Angeles hotel. Sean Diddy Combs coming out of the room with a towel draped around him, beating and kicking her and dragging her by her hair as she tried to leave the hotel. That video, of course, was initially released by CNN. It was later shown repeated multiple times in the courtroom there. Now, also, we have a Keenan, let me know. Do we have a live feed from outside of the courtroom there? Associated Press should have a live feed available for us to see when the attorneys emerge. That right there, folks, is the live look outside of the federal courthouse in New York City. And we are waiting for the family of Sean Combs to come out, waiting for his attorneys to come out. We also are waiting for prosecutors to issue a statement as well with regards to this. So let me recap. 5 counts in this particular case. 5 counts Sean Diddy Combs was facing. He was indicted on 5 counts. Remember, there were some of these charges were previously dropped by federal authorities after, of course, right before it went to the jury. We had Candace Kelly, the legal analyst, on saying how they were cleaning up. They were cleaning up some of this, cleaning up some of the charges and refining the charges. And so it was reduced to 5 counts. And again, these 5 counts, count 1, Sean Diddy Combs, the United States versus Sean Combs, found not guilty on count one. And so 5 counts, found guilty on 2 of those counts, not guilty on 3 of those counts. So a split verdict in this particular case. Reporters and others are again in the courtroom. We are waiting for them to be released, emerge. Our legal analyst, Candace Kelly, who was in the courtroom, will be joining us when she is able to do so as soon as possible. And so we look forward to chatting with her so we can find out exactly what the mood was in the courtroom yesterday when they got the note of the jurors reaching a verdict on counts 2 through 5. And they had not reached a verdict on count 1. It was described as Sean Diddy Combs sort of just sinking in the chair. They did not know what the verdict was, but they did know that they had reached a verdict on counts 2, 3, 4, and 5. The juror sent a note to the judge, saying that there were some jurors who were dead set on either side. So the judge released them for the night, brought them back this morning. And they did not meet long this morning before clearly coming to the conclusion that they could not get they could not get a guilty verdict on that RICO charge. That was the number one. That was the biggest charge. The federal government charged Sean Diddy Combs, saying that he was running a criminal conspiracy, that all of the actions taken by his underlings were all done at his behest. Everything was done as a result of him. And so what ended up happening was the Fed said, essentially, this was a mob era law, the RICO law, that one individual was running a criminal enterprise, meaning any actions taken by any of the people who worked for him, then he or anyone else can be charged as a result of that. And so they were talking about bodyguards, they were talking about assistants. And so any actions that they took that related to any criminal actions, they said were done at the behest, at the direction of Sean Diddy Combs. That's why he was charged with this RICO statute. Well, clearly the jurors in this federal case did not believe the prosecutors successfully argued their case, did not present the evidence to sustain them finding Sean Diddy Combs guilty of racketeering. Again, the second count, which was deemed the most serious one. You look at this here, lawyers said the 3 counts that were the most serious was the count 1, the racketeering charge, the count 2, sex trafficking, count 4, sex trafficking. Well, on the 3 most serious charges, Sean Diddy Combs has been found not guilty. He's been found guilty of transportation to engage in prostitution. The testimony in the trial revealed all of the different folks who testified that they were flown to different places in New York City, to Los Angeles, for the purpose of engaging in sex with Cassie Ventura, with another woman who went by the pseudonym of Jane. Her name has been reported in social media circles as his girlfriend up until the time that he was indicted and arrested. Right now, they're still in court. The defense attorney, Mark Agnafilo, he's arguing for Sean Diddy Combs to be released. This is what he said. This is a quote ABC News is reporting. He should be released on appropriate conditions. He should be able to return to his home. Keep in mind, Sean Diddy Combs, when he was arrested, was not granted bail. He has been in jail for more than a year, held at the federal detention center there in New York City. And so he has not been able to go home. Remember, his lawyers tried several times to get him released, on even offering some $50 million bond for him to get out. But the court simply would not take that, would not accept that. And so now they're arguing that with him found not guilty of these 3 charges, found guilty on 2, that he should be released from jail. One of the reasons why he was not released, because the judges felt that Sean Diddy Combs was going to be a threat. He was going to be a threat to so many people, different witnesses as well. And so that was one of the things that, that took place here as to why he was not released from federal custody. And so again, on the most serious charges against Sean Diddy Combs, he has been found not guilty on those charges. Again, not guilty on the most serious counts, 5 counts. He's been found guilty on 2 counts of engaging in transportation to commit prostitution. And so that's where we go. They're still in court. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and in this breaking news coverage, we're going to have full coverage on Roland Martin Unfiltered tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern. Legal analyst Candace Kelly will be joining us, giving us the full breakdown of what took place in the courtroom. We have a live feed going right now outside the federal courtroom. So when the lawyers, when everyone else, when they come out to address the media, you will be able to watch that right here on the Black Star Network. Go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Roland S. Martin. Go to the Black Star Network app, and you can actually see that. And again, so we'll have live coverage at 6 p.m. Eastern tonight on Roland Martin Unfiltered on the Black Star Network. Again, go to our YouTube channel or the Black Star Network app to actually watch our coverage. All right, folks, I'm Roland Martin, signing off this breaking news edition of Roland Martin Unfiltered. Again, Sean Diddy Combs, a split verdict in his federal sex trafficking trial. Again, I'll recap. Count 1, Sean Diddy Combs found not guilty of racketeering. That was the RICO charge. Found not guilty of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. Found guilty on sex 3, transportation to engage in prostitution. Count 4, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. And the 5th charge was the sex trafficking charge as well. All right, folks, I'll see y'all at 6 p.m. Eastern on tonight.